Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці і українки. Вагомий був день.
I wish you health, dear Ukrainians. It was an important day. The military cabinet. There were some details that I cannot talk about now, but that will be very effective in the war. I had a meeting with Prime Minister Shmyhal and Minister of Finance Marchenko on next year's budget. I outlined the key parameters, what should be prioritized in the state budget. The key is to protect our state and people. Defense and security are the first priority, and the funding for defense and security will be at least at the level of this year. 1,600 billion hryvnias, at least. Next year, we will add significant budget funds for the defense industry, for the production of weapons in Ukraine, and for the drones, both for the purchase of what is needed abroad and for the Ukrainian production. In addition, almost 100 billion hryvnias will be allocated for the production of weapons overseen by the Ministry of Strategic Industry and for the Ukrainian drone army, which has shown very good, impressive results. I will support all of this. A separate budget priority is to support our veterans. We also keep social expenditures as a priority, at least 469 billion hryvnias. There will be additional funds for the healthcare system, at least 24 billion plus to this year's expenditures. There will be a plus for the education system, primarily to support teachers and lecturers. We are investing the necessary funds in digitalisation, including our MRIA, a new tool for children, parents and teachers that we have already presented in advance. Next year, MRIA should be fully operational and available to Ukrainians in every corner of the world. Of course, there will be a significant indexation of pensions. We plan to do it in March, as required by law. But in addition to all this, we place a very important economic emphasis in the budget. We are adding incentives for the economy, production, jobs, investments, all the things needed to help Ukraine recover faster. Government officials will present the details of such incentives. This includes the connection to the power grid for investors, the continuation of grant programs, mortgage programs, and the development of Ukrainian industrial parks. I instructed the Prime Minister to prepare the basis for raising the minimum wage in Ukraine in the first half of next year. Absolutely all elements of state work must be adjusted so that we can determine the timing of the end of this war here in Ukraine ourselves, with our victory. Our weapons that will reach all the goals necessary for Ukraine, our economy that will be able to provide Ukrainians with the jobs they need, social functions of the state that must be fulfilled, state functionality, especially digital functionality, which must become more advanced than anyone else in Europe. All these are tools to bring Ukraine's victory closer. And our cooperation with our partners, with everyone in the world who is interested in peace with us. Today I held a meeting on Ukraine's integration with the European Union and NATO. Another meeting, a long meeting, was about preparing negotiations with partners, different ones, from the G7, from the Global South. All this will happen. One more thing. As always, I want to thank our warriors. Today I am especially grateful to our pilots. Well done, guys. We are all proud of you. I thank everyone who fights and works for Ukraine, everyone who is now in combat, at combat posts, on combat missions. I thank everyone who trains our troops, who produces weapons for Ukraine, who finds in the world everything that Ukraine needs. I thank you all. Glory to Ukraine.